guys, and welcome back to another episode of Food School Smarter, Stronger, Leaner podcast. And guys, I have a new tagline for you. On the mission to change the way the world eats. Not just to inspire, but to change. Because inspiration is one thing, but I want you not to just feel inspired and aspire to eat better, but to also take actions. And you know what's the secret to taking actions and to consistently take those actions to change and maintain better eating habits? If you didn't know that, but it's not a willpower. And it's not better mathematics and counting, calories, macros, and everything. No, the secret to changing habits and maintaining them for life, not just winning once or for a week or for a month till the holiday and trying to get into a bikini or a holiday dress, a holiday suit. So the secret is to build support systems that make your new habits super easy to do and your old habits super hard to do. Let me expand a little bit on that. Yesterday, I made this video that is available on Instagram. It's real. It's under 1 minute or about 1 minute. And it was about how I have systems in place that allow me to eat healthy on autopilot. Like I didn't think about it. It seemingly just happens. For example, I shop only once a week and I have a shopping list according to the foods that I want to eat following week. So I have a shopping list, mostly shopping list consists of categories. It's not like I go and buy the exact item that is on my list. No, for example, I might have a category like green vegetables and I go and see what they have available because it's different almost every week and every month. It's seasonal. Some produce looks better than, on some days than on other days. And so I have a category of fruit. I have a category of fish and shellfish and organ meats and a lot of other different categories. And I buy foods from that category. Sometimes I need specific item like this Califia toasted coconut almond milk that is very slightly sweetened with monk fruit, but it's my favorite to add to my drinks like coffees, for example, or teas, peppermint tea with that milk. It's just amazing. It's a completely different drinking experience without adding any added sugar. Anyhow, that being said, so shopping once a week and putting it in my fridge is a part of the system. And then I just eat what's in my fridge. I don't do any grocery shopping anymore. So I go shopping, I order things once a week, saves a lot of time. And then I don't make also saves a lot of money, by the way. And then I don't make any decisions about food. And so I decide once a week and that's it. Part of my system, eliminating decisions and temptations and thinking about what should I eat. I decide once a week and then I put it in my fridge and that's what I have to eat, right? It's not like I'm going to go out and buy more food and let this to just spoil and waste. The second part is I know when I eat because in our food environment, we can eat 24/7. And we can eat ourselves to diabetes, obesity, cancer, and all kind of other stuff that is food related because what we put on our plate, it builds our health, right? So 24/7. So limiting the time when you eat, the basic limitation is breakfast, lunch, dinner. Don't eat in between. It's like open your mouth 3 times a day and then shut it for the rest of the day, except for water and similar drinks. That's another part of my system. So I eat 3 times a week and I have a plan for each of my meals that I learned to work for my life and work for my body and cover all of my nutrition needs at this moment. So, for breakfast or fast breaker, as I like to call it, I have usually berries and fruit. Then a little bit later, I have a lot of yogurt, like half a liter or more. Then I have some, with it, I have some nuts and seeds. I have some 100% chocolate. Where I start eating a lot of my protein and healthy fats. And then on my dinner, I eat a bulk of my protein. It's very often 400, 500 grams of protein-rich foods. It's also a lot of vegetables, green and other colors, and I have some starchy food like beans or things like sweet potatoes, squashes, right? I eat lots of herbs and spices. But I'm telling you to give you an idea that it's every day, it's kind of the same. I change vegetables, depending on the season or what's available. I change my protein. I actually have another system for rotation of my protein that I'm going to tell you in a bit. I have my protein. I have my starchy foods. I cook in a specific way, very simple, just using some water or a lot of herbs and spices, some salt. And, sometimes foods require a little bit different time, but it's all kind of cooked under 20 minutes. And that's the system. And if I'm out, for example, I ask myself, okay, so this is the meal, depending on the time of the day when I'm out. If I'm out in the first part of the day, then I'm going to have some fruit, no matter where I am. If I'm out in the middle of the day or late in the day, then I'm going to have something similar to what I would cook at home, but somewhere else. I'll go for protein. I'll go for a lot of vegetables, whatever vegetables are available there. And I go for something like, again, sweet potato squashes, in general, a lot of vegetables, maybe beans. Here in Mexico, they like to do a lot of stuff with beans. And that's my system. And it works because I have the system, and it feels like no work at all because I have this system and I built a supporting. So I have this plan and I built a system of support for this plan. And then every day it feels like no work at all. Everything is in my fridge. Everything is ready to go. I know exactly what I'm eating, what I'm cooking, and that's it. It's super, super flowy and easy. Yesterday, I also had my regular class with a few ladies. We have Belly Fat Zero class where we are working on reducing fat in belly area and also optimizing hormones and health because especially when you are over 40, over 50, hormones play a huge role in how you distribute your weight, and hormones are affected by the quality of our foods and by the lack or presence of certain foods and certain nutrients in our foods, and also timing matters. But that's not the point. The point was yesterday we talked about all the different foods that I recommend to include on a weekly basis, and we were talking about the frequency to make sure that you're not missing on any key nutrients in your diet. So foods to include, because some foods, they have certain nutrients in better, bigger amounts. Sometimes no other food will provide the same nutrients. And so you need to be familiar with these foods and include them on a regular basis as long as you are a human being who has the same basic requirements. We all need certain proteins, certain fats, certain fibers. We need, it's been shown that, for example, fermented foods are amazing for human beings. It's been shown that, you either need to eat fatty fish or add those fatty acids in some form. Calcium, iron, you can't skip it, and you need to know where it's coming from. And so when I give people this list of foods that, by the way, everyone can customize. So if I tell you, okay, you need to eat every day some green vegetables, obviously you can eat a variety of green vegetables, not just, broccoli. And I give the list of foods that contain the most nutrients, and I recommend to rotate this because they do have more nutrients, essential nutrients for human beings than other foods. I give this list, we talk about it, how we can implement it, and then the key part is exactly in implementation. It's not enough to just know that, okay, these foods are good to eat on a weekly basis. No, the assignment for the group is to give me their own plan that works for their life to eat these foods on a frequency that I recommended, right? I gave you this food list but how you gonna implement it in your life. I want to see that, and I want it to be personal for you, so it's easy to implement in your life. And that was the purpose of the class, to talk about these foods, but then also to brainstorm ideas and ways how to eat them on a regular basis. Because again, it doesn't matter what you know, if you make it super hard for you to do in your life, you're not gonna be doing it. Yeah, you can be motivated for like a week, but then something happens in your life, you get busier as usual, you lose a track of your motivation and why you started in the first place, and it all goes to poo-poo, basically, out of the window, and it's like you never knew that information in the first place. So the key is not in the knowledge, but in making that knowledge, putting that knowledge into a system that fits, flow like seamlessly into your life. So implementation is easy every single day. And of course, you can be a little bit trickier. You can, because you want to eat more of these foods and not of those foods. And so that's, for example, things like shopping comes in handy. If I want to, let's say, eat more green vegetables, then I'm going to buy more green vegetables, and they're going to be in my fridge, and I'm going to learn how to cook them easily. So it takes almost no time, no decision making, no mental work or any kind of work on my part, right? So I put them in my fridge and I make them super easy to eat. And then things that I don't want to eat, like for example, if I don't want to eat desserts, and for the moment it's super hard for me to quit eating, let's say, morning breakfast cereal, right? So don't buy it, give it away, throw it away. It's, for me, like, wasting it, well, give it away. But even then, your health is more important than wasting a couple of boxes of cereal. Anyhow, the point is, make it difficult to get. Don't buy it. Don't store it in your house anymore. And next time you're gonna crave some cereal, just don't buy it. And by the way, if it's outside your house, there's a possibility you're not going to go and get it, because it's going to feel like a waste of time, of energy. You're already tired and exhausted to go out there and buy some cereal. So just don't keep it in your house, as simple as that. And that can be a part of your system that will help you to shape your habits in a new way. And give you a little bit more inside information into my systems, how I rotate my protein food sources. I rotate everything, and vegetables and fruit, but for protein specifically, because people tend to stick with the same thing. And the problem with sticking with the same thing, it makes it easier. So at the beginning it's good, but then you get some nutrients, but not the others. And protein-rich foods like meats or fish or poultry or eggs or shellfish, they have widely different nutritional profile. And let's take organ meats, like my favorite chicken liver. It is completely different from just red meat, even though they kind of look similar, although not so much. Or compare salmon and mussels. They have some similar nutrients, but mussels, for example, are much richer in zinc and iron. Or let's take oysters. Oh my God. These are the superfoods of zinc. A couple of oysters and you get plenty of zinc. No other food has it. And that's why rotation of different protein-rich foods, but also other food, vegetables and fruit, rotation of foods and variety, that's why it's so crucial for long-term health. With variety of foods comes variety of nutrients, as simple as that. And we humans need 30 plus essential nutrients that we just know about. We don't know how thousands of other nutrients affect our health, and we are yet to discover a lot of others, right? So variety is key. And to give you a glimpse into my system. So I have a week, 7 days. On one day, I'm going to have organ meats. This is going to be like the key meal of my day. On some other day, it's shellfish. Usually I have a schedule like Monday organ meats, Tuesday shellfish, Wednesday red meat, Thursday something built around eggs, on Friday fatty fish, on Saturday maybe chicken, turkey, all the poultry stuff, and on Sunday it's either fasting or something that I feel I've been missing more in my diet. And then I just accompany it with my vegetables, starches, etc. Right? And so this is the rotation system. And so if on any day I decide to go out and to eat out, I look at my schedule of foods and I'm like, okay, so which day is this? Seems like, I'm gonna be eating more red meat, so I might go out for steak. If it's some shellfish or fish, then maybe seafood restaurant works better. Hey, and now all of a sudden eating out seems to be easy, enjoyable, and nutritionally enhancing. That's how I make my plan fit into my life, enjoying my life at the same time, meeting all of my nutritional targets. But of course, the first part is to having a plan. If you have no plan, you're going to fail 100% of the time, right? So have a plan. Number 2, build a system that supports that plan and makes it super easy to do things you want to do and hard and super hard things that you don't want to eat, foods that you don't want to eat. And the third one, execute effortlessly. After a period of, customization and settling into your routine, it should feel effortless. That's the key. Quality of that system that fits right into your life just slides in it like, a piece of a puzzle that's supposed to be there. That's what we are aiming for. And that's the secret to successful, healthy eating habits for life. It's not willpower or eating certain amounts of carbs or fats. No, it's having a plan, creating a system that effortlessly supports that plan, and then figure out how to execute it effortlessly in any environment. But believe me, just having a plan and supporting systems in place already gonna make execution so much easier. You won't believe why you struggled before in the first place. And that's it for today, guys. It's all about systems. If you wanna win today and every day for life, not just for the next weeks or months being high on motivation, then systems, supportive systems that support your goals is the way to go. It's the only way to go in our complicated and complex life. If you have any questions about planning your meals, about building systems, there is a link in the show notes. You can book a complimentary call with me to get you started, and then you decide you want to go alone or you want to be on this journey together, because being on a journey with a professional, guys, it's gonna accelerate and reinforce and supercharge your game like nothing else. I myself work with a lot of people on things I'm not good at, like my business, for example, right? I'm getting better though, and soon I'm going to be good at that too. So anyhow, there is a link to your complimentary call with me to get you started on your plan, because the plan got to be good if you want to start building systems around it. Use that link to schedule our call. Share this episode with another person who might be struggling with their diet and healthy eating attempts. Maybe they're doing it all wrong. Help them to make it easier, right? Help each other. So share this episode. And guys, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. And as usual, till next time, eat better daily.